Welcome back. If you're coming over from the base reading, then you already know this week carries a really beautiful shift in the energy. There's a sense of emotional fulfillment, things coming back into alignment, and something finally clicking into place. If you haven't watched the base reading yet, I do recommend going back and starting there because that gives you the foundation for everything that we're about to get into here. Because in this extended, we're going deep. We're going to pull back the layers of this energy to understand what's happening at the soul level, what's happening emotionally and energetically, and what this actually looks like as it unfolds. Okay, so we are going to start with the Oracle of the Council. And this is where we're going to look at the highest level of the situation, the soul layer, the divine perspective, the big picture of what's actually unfolding here. And so this deck is my deck. And I love using it to connect with the energy. And so we're just going to ask, what is the soul level truth of the Ten of Cups energy? We have Kuan Yin. Compassion is a superpower. 999, heart chakra, pale pink, the council speaks. And I feel like that's the way that you did this this world, this closing out the cycle. That's the way you closed the cycle, was because you didn't close off your heart. You changed the pattern without closing your heart. So we ended a pattern with that 999 energy, and we were able to do it with our heart intact. That's how come you can still have joy now. That's how come you can still have hope for the future, and you don't feel ruined over this. You feel renewed over this. What cycle has been completed on a soul level with the world? We have forgiveness, the key that opens all doors. 616, heart chakra, light blue, the path of transmutation. And so this is the higher layer of, even what forgiveness means. And so it's recognizing the humanity in all of us, and it's giving grace for that space. It's giving them, the opportunity to see themselves, through, the lens of the soul. And it brings healing. It doesn't necessarily bring, reconnection. um there are some things that forgiveness, it's not that it's that means you get re-access to someone, but it does mean that you don't have to carry the burden of that pain anymore. So that could help with the, feeling lighter, feeling like you can actually enjoy life again because you're not carrying that energy. And especially like if you are holding on to a lot of pain and a lot of anger and resentment towards other people, that is not really doing as much to them as it is doing to you. And so as long as you're still carrying that, you are blocking your own joy. You are blocking your own happiness and the blessings that are trying to come in. And so this is a release of all of that. It releases you, it releases them, and it lets the energy flow again. So that was kind of one of the mastery points in this. And again, part of how you kept your heart open was because you didn't hold to the resentment that sometimes the lack of forgiveness can bring. So, what is being divinely aligned behind the scenes right now? We have surrender, let go, let flame, let God. 777, crown chakra, soft lilac, the path of transmutation. And so, this is a moment. Can you just be happy in the moment? Can you be happy if you don't see the full picture yet? Can you be happy if something doesn't feel like it's fully anchored? Can you be happy in the now? Can you be happy with the blessings that are showing up right in front of you right now? Can that be enough for you? Or are you going to, again, are we going to try to force this into something, or can we just enjoy it for where it's at right now? Because that's what this energy is asking of us. It's not asking you to force anything anymore. It's asking you to allow. What is the purpose of this shift in energy? We have the divine feminine rising. The earth remembers you. 222, heart chakra, earthy rose, embodied light. And so this is part of the realignment between the masculine and feminine energies collectively. but also, your own internal as well. And this is part of what brings you back into alignment, because I feel like, especially if you were holding on to a lot of resentment and you were having to do, a lot of um the force and the, when is this going to happen, and the anchoring, that's masculine energy. So when you can finally release the force and just start creating, start being, start flowing, that's what this is about. That's what alignment is about. It's like, I'm not trying to force anything. I'm just allowing and seeing what naturally fills into these spaces. Okay. What is the council guiding us to embody this week? We have sacred yes. Say yes to your true self. Angel number 555, solar plexus, sunset orange, embodied light. And so let your yes mean yes and your no mean no. And that's how you stay in alignment. And it's just, what is the alignment to your truth? We had that page of wands energy that ended, the base reading. And it's just like, what's alignment? What's in alignment with the vision that that little child had for the life that they wanted to live? Let that come out again. Start, and I mean, realistically, because of course you've grown since then, but realistically, let yourself say yes to yourself now. Say yes, because this was what the reset was for. This is what the reset is for. It's a whole new timeline. It gets to be what you want it to be. So, what do you want it to be? Whew, okay. So, the next layer we're going to move into is soul coaching. And this is where we're looking at you, your internal alignment, your energy, your growth, and what's shifting within you to meet this new chapter. So, what is shifting internally to support this new cycle? We have flow. And that's kind of what we keep talking about. It keeps coming back to that. That is the feminine essence. And so we're not forcing anything. We're not trying to make it be something. We're seeing what it is. We're seeing where it takes us. And we're just allowing the energy to just naturally be what it is. And that feels scary. That's the new timeline. That's the new timeline. It's like the old timeline was trying to make things happen. The new one is allowing them to, letting them unfold and seeing what naturally lines up. What energy are you being asked to embody this week? We have love. And that's a 33 card. So, I mean, you've mastered this. Again, your heart is your superpower. Your compassion is a superpower. That was, just lead with love. What would love do? And love for self. What would that look like? And so, just make sure that all the, like, it's the sacred yes. And that's part of the sacred yes. It's the, love of self. Um, and it is loving to others too, to not say yes when you actually mean no, because that's not alignment for them either. Okay. What needs to be released to stay in alignment? We have commitment. It doesn't have to be so hard anymore. Not everything has to be this big mountain that you have to climb. See, that's part, like, of the force. It's like, you don't have to fight for something good now. You just get to experience it. And can you allow yourself to just experience it without it, needing to be, some big major thing? Can you allow yourself to just experience it? What strength is activating within me right now? We have beauty. And it's the way that you look at the world, you see the world, you experience the world. It's like that black cloud that you may have felt like you were under is starting to lift. Like, if you felt like, your life was cursed, you're not going to feel like that. You're starting to see beauty in the world again. Life feels lighter, life feels brighter, the colors are more vivid. It just feels like the air feels fresher. It feels very much like a completely new new world for you, a new life for you. And it's like what shifted was just your own um internal experience of it. It wasn't that the external changed. It was the way that you looked at what was happening, the meanings that you were giving things, the way that you were trying to, make things be things that weren't necessarily meant to be that, not at this time or in this way. What is helping you stay fully in this 10 of cups energy? We have awakening. And so something sparked, something renewed, something was reborn. This moment is powerful. Something woke up in you, some like seed that's been buried, a part of you that just needed to come back online is now finally awake again. And that's probably that inner child that's just like, whoa, wait, I get to dream again. I get to have, my vision again. I get to play. It gets to be fun. It gets to be light. It's not all work. It's not all hard. We're letting that piece wake up again. Okay. Now we're going to ground this into the 3D with the wisdom of the oracle. This is where we look at how the energy is actually showing up in your external world, your circumstances, your environment, and what's unfolding around you. All right, so what is currently unfolding in your external reality? We have yang. And so there is, and I love that we have divine feminine rising, but then we have yang, the masculine energy is actually taking action because now it's coming back in balance. It's like because the feminine was overextending, it didn't even give space for the masculine to rise. And so now then it's like now we have that space for the energy to balance. And it comes back with this 3 of Pentacles energy where I kept feeling like it just kind of flows into place. It's like when the feminine gets back into her right position and her like the energy is back into the right alignment, it gives space for the masculine to show up in the right alignment too. This is the balance that's been needed. And it's, an internal balance first, and then it's reflected in the external. What is coming into alignment in the physical world? We have breathe. And so it's like the nervous system is finally settling again. The nervous system is saying, wait, we're not in danger. We're not actually in danger right now. We can breathe. This can actually feel good. I can actually stay here for a minute and like this, yes, this is fun. Sometimes that's hard, like, that can set some anxiety just in itself. It's like, "Are you sure?" Because you've been in, this hypervigilance for so long, and this one is just like, "No, this is actually good. This is real. You can breathe here." What is being established right now? We have a change in the wind. So changes are coming. So, a situation that may have seemed like it was headed in completely in this one direction now, just suddenly it's shifted. The shift is coming. I want to see what is shifting right here. What is this change? And we have the here and now. And so everybody is coming back to the present moment. It's like, again, that forgiveness piece really did a lot. It lets go of the resentment and the hold of the past, of the pain of the past. But it's also, we keep looking at this Four of Wands energy of, but we're not anchoring the anything right now for the future. We're just looking at what is this right here, right now. We're not defining things. We're just letting it be. We're letting it show up. We're allowing the space for the flow of the energy to fill in. Um, what do you need to trust about what you're seeing? We have time to go. And so this is activation energy. So knowing when you need to move. So you don't have to overthink this. Just trust that you'll know this. And this is what keeps a lot of people out of, like, once you've been hurt in love, I never want to get back in love, into a relationship again because I don't ever want to get hurt again because you don't trust yourself. But this is the point that's saying you can trust yourself because you're going to know what door is yours and what door is not yours. And because is it in alignment? Because that's why this piece is so important. You're not forcing it to be anything. You're just seeing, is this it? And if it is not it, you trust yourself to know when to take the action. So, what is the next step in the 3D? We have peace. Please enjoy this moment. You don't have to have a next step yet. That's the whole point. You don't have to think that far ahead yet. Allow yourself to have peace right now, not in the future, not when this happens or that happens. Allow yourself to have peace today. That's what's on offer today. Can you hold the peace? And you hold the peace by staying in alignment with what is true to yourself. Okay. So that was some powerful energy. All right. So we're moving now to the heart's hidden secrets. And this is where we look at the emotional layer. What's being felt, what's being processed, and what may not be fully visible on the surface. All right. So, what is the emotional truth of this situation? We have stress. So, there was tension in this situation that needed to be released. So it says turbulence, tension, arguments. And so it's like things weren't getting resolved. You were staying in, old loops, and there was tension that needed to be released. This is how we are releasing the tension, by not forcing, it's just, this is, can we exist in this space together? We're taking the pressure off of, again, it needing to be anything other than what it is today, right here, right now. Are we good with what is here right in front of us? What feelings are rising that need to be acknowledged? We have bluff, pretending, mask, exaggeration. And so there are some people that are not being fully honest with themselves right now about, what they want and what they need. And this is the only way this works, is if we can be fully honest with ourselves, fully honest with each other. And this is, the yes means yes, the no means no. And we're not hiding our truth anymore. We're not hiding our feelings. We're not hiding our needs. We're not hiding that peace, because that peace is important. That peace is what keeps us in alignment. What is being healed within the heart space? We have longing, craving, aching, wanting. And this is like, it's that you can't be happy in the now because you're always waiting, wanting that next thing. Like, you can't just appreciate what is right here, right in front of you, because you're still waiting for it to be something else. I mean, this whole reading just kind of keeps coming back. Can you just be okay with right here, right now? Let it be what it is right now. Don't try to make it be. Don't wait for your happiness. Don't wait for your peace. Don't wait for your joy. Have it right here, right now, by not forcing anything to be anything that it's not meant to be. By accepting it for what it is, enjoying it for what it is right now. What is opening within you emotionally? We have possibilities. And so you're opening yourself up again to just, again, you had it so anchored that life had to look this certain way. It had to, and this is part of the programming that we have, collectively, is, you're supposed to go to school, go to college, get a job, get married, have kids, all of those things. And it's just like, what if that's not your path? What if your path looks different from, the traditional path? That's completely okay. What if your path doesn't look like, that you're anchored anywhere? What if you're a nomad? I mean, that's completely okay. We've got to let go of, again, that old timeline that said this is how life has to work because it wasn't working. We've made the changes now, and now then it's just like we're realizing we don't have to wait to be happy anymore. And we really don't have to live our lives like anybody else. We get to live it the way that we want to. So how do you actually want to live it? Okay. Next up, we're moving to the Resurrection Oracle. So this is where we're looking at transformation. What is ending, what is being reborn, and what this shift is truly leading you into. All right. So what is being resurrected in your life right now? We have unconditionality. Unconditionality. And I think that you're all actually you are reframing what um, unconditional love even looks like and feels like for you, because unconditional love is not unconditional access. And unconditional love is not meant for all types of relationships. In certain types of relationships, it's romantic love. And but when we're talking about, just people in general, we can have, this agape that is the unconditional love. But it's you've got to know where the unconditionality really applies. And so it's not just an all or nothing right now. You can have it's just the redefining of that energy. What does unconditional love really mean to you? Because if it means self abandonment and self sacrifice, then where was the love for you? Where was the unconditional love for you? That's not how unconditional love works. That's how unconditional boundaries work. And that is not healthy. What version of you is being left behind? We have joyful moments. I don't think that it's not that that is being left behind. It's just, again, there's so much reframing in this whole reading. And so it's the way you defined what joy even meant before. So you are taking more advantage of life now. You're finding joy in things that you've never found joy in before. So again, there's just a lot of reframing in this energy. What is this transformation leading towards? We have finding your spirituality. And so, I mean, this is this helps you feel more connected with everything. This helps you feel more connected with the flow of life. And so that was, the flow was part of the energy that we were seeing earlier, the divine feminine rising, and just it's helping you see how you connect with your external world. And so something that you may start to realize is that the shifts happen inside of you first. They may not even be visible at all externally. It's a shift in the way that you think, a shift in the way that you believe, a shift in the way that like you start making different decisions based off of these different beliefs now. And so those different decisions start showing up externally just gradually. So it may, your appearance may change, your health changes, the way that just your overall energy, your vibration, that starts to change. And then it's like, okay, you start noticing, okay, my environment is starting to change around me. So you start cleaning up your space. Your space starts reflecting more and more of your new energy. And it's just like that just continues to expand out because the choices that you make in the friends, the choices that you make in the activities that you do, the choices that you're making continue to expand your new energy out around you. And I mean, that's how it's just like you see how connected your inner world was to your external reality because your inner world was your whole belief system. And your belief system created your whole identity that shaped your whole decision making processes that created the environment that you were living in unconsciously. And now you're awake and you see, oh, it really does matter. The way I feel on the inside, the things I believe about myself, the things I say about myself, the choices that I make, they really do have impact. And it, again, it starts off one little choice at a time, internal, to just gradually shifting the whole reality external around you. So that's where, I mean, you feel very connected with the all that is. Okay, so what is the deeper purpose of this rebirth? We have your ancestry. This is, you are the cycle breaker. This is a generational, breaking generational cycles, lineages. You know, you have changed the pattern for the future of your lineage as well. So I mean, it's just you are the healer of your ancestral lineage, and this is a big deal. You broke a huge pattern in this timeline that you just shifted. How many people in your family have actually gotten to just be happy right where they are, not by attaining anything, by achieving anything, by having any more than what they already have? How many people have gotten to just be happy right where they are right now? That's a big shift. What are you stepping into as a result of this shift? We have feast or famine. And so it's going to be the way you look at it. And so, again, this is your internal world is also shaping your external reality. And so, can you be happy? And this is the cycles of life, too. And so, just knowing that, okay, yes, you might have this big high experience here with this 10 of Cups energy, but it doesn't mean that you're always going to stay at the high. Life has, you know, the cycles, ups and down, highs and lows. A balanced life has all of it, and a balanced person can ride all of that without it telling them anything about themselves, reshaping their identity, reshaping their choices, and it's just they're riding it because they understand the patterns of life and they don't internalize it as it's something that is wrong about the life, it's something that is wrong about themselves, it's just something that is. And they work with it. And they still find joy and peace and happiness right there, even in that moment too, because they know it, this is just, this moment will pass. We all have ups, we all have downs. This is just the cycles of life. And I am prepared to handle whatever comes towards me. Okay. Now we're going to bring in the yes and no oracle for direct clarity. So, are you in alignment with this new path? No, the fog of illusion keeps the situation ambiguous. However, the fog dissipates, revealing the unexpected. This new reality coaxes you towards a magnificent transformation. Your life becomes rich with new friends, great fun, and wild surprises. And it's right now, it doesn't look like you are because you don't see it completely in the external yet. But the fog dissipates, revealing the unexpected that you actually are. And see, but you can't label it yet. This is not meant to say yes, no, because you're not meant to label it yet. You're evaluating it. You don't know yet until you can see it clearly. And so we're not giving it a full yes, we're not giving it a full no because you're meant to see it for yourself. Is this 10 of Cups energy stable and lasting? We have yes. The manifestation from new ideas and actions gives you a strong chance to achieve a significant impact. A promising opportunity has arisen that requires your immediate attention. This miraculously solves the previous predicament, changing your life for the better. And so, yes, you have manifested from your new ideas and actions, your new beliefs, your new choices have shaped this new manifestation. And so this is the thing that shifted everything, is the way that you thought and the way you showed up. Are you moving in the right direction now? We have yes, knock, knock. Good luck is at your door, and it is willing to help you find control over the situation, to clarify the unclear. Stagnation and failure vanish as the proverbial door opens wide for a rich and beautiful life. So, yeah, just the door that you are looking for is waiting to be opened. Just knock and then go in. Is there anything that you need to be cautious of this week? Anything you need to be cautious of? Yes, this is a bright period in your life filled with warmth and joy. Still, the choice between duty and emotions alters your plans by warping your view of the situation. This is the right moment for realizing your true self and overcoming all shortcomings. Achieve inner harmony or else. And look at how important the inner experience really is to this. And so it's a bright period filled with warmth and joy, but your choice between what you're going to do versus what you feel is very, very important. So that lesson that you learned, that's important that you continue to, stay in those new energies, the new choices, the new ways of thinking, the new beliefs, and continuing to act in that place. Okay. And finally, we're going to look at the Tell Me When Oracle so that we can get some timing. So, when will this shift fully anchor into your reality? And we have when you forgive. And I mean, forgiveness was already in there. So, have you forgiven? Have you let go of the resentment? Have you let go of just, all the things that held you and anchored you into that past timeline? As soon as you do, that's the freedom that you're going to feel right here. You're going to feel free to be able to move forward, to allow life to move again, and allow it to feel good for you again. When will you see clear external movement? We have on the next full moon. And so we just had, let's see, we've got, oh, May has 2 full moons. Okay, so we just had the full moon in Taurus that was on May 1st. And then it looks like May 30th, we have a full moon in, oh, that was a full moon in Scorpio. I'm sorry. We have a full moon in Sagittarius that is coming in at the end of this month. And so that is, yeah, by the end of this month, you should start seeing some clear external movement. And when will this energy stabilize for you long term? We have jumping timelines with this one. And so, I mean, this is a frequency shift. And it's as soon as it hits, it hits. So, this is all about, I mean, it really is all about being in alignment and staying in that space. And alignment is making those choices that are in alignment with your truth. Your yes meaning yes, your no meaning no, and not wavering from that. Okay, we're going to pull an activation card before we close. This is the energy. This is going to be the energy that you're going to be asked to anchor, embody, or consciously work with as you move through this week. So let's see what we have this week. We have luminous grace and spiritual love awaken and emanate through me in a delectable divine offering of hope and healing for all beings. So I just want you to look at the colors and the shapes and just listen again. Luminous grace and spiritual love awaken and emanate through me in a delectable divine offering of hope and healing for all beings. And so that's just connecting me with that forgiveness energy. We are releasing. We are not holding on to resentment. We're not holding on to pain anymore. We don't need it anymore. We don't need it. We learned what we needed to learn. We grew in the ways that we needed to grow. And now then we can finally let it go. Okay. So this is a powerful turning point. Not because everything suddenly changes overnight, but because you have changed. And now your reality is beginning to reflect that. This is where things start to feel different, more aligned, more peaceful, more real. If this reading has resonated with you, let me know in the comments. I always love hearing how these messages are landing for you. And if you're needing clarity for your personal situation, I do have sessions available, and that information is linked down in the description box below. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one.